men can't get a word out. They're just constantly cut off by the women in my life. And so one thing I learned is when I'm speaking to a man, when you're talking to a guy on a date and he finishes saying something, I silently count to 20 in my head.
20.
I count to 20.
What happens in those 20 seconds?
Men always have more to say, and women always want to fill that space. And I've said this to friends, and they're like, well, then when do you know when they're done? And I've told them, men will tell you when they're done. They'll literally be like, yeah, that's it. And then you know it's your turn. It has transformed my life because there was so much I wasn't learning from men in my life because was like, like, that's how we are. And that's also not a bad thing, by the way. It's just how we are.
I tend to agree.
20 seconds?
20 seconds a bit much, but it's a good experience that she's doing 20 seconds.
Mm.
Because someone that is not listening, that 20 seconds is not 1, 2, 3. It's counting to 20. It's not 20 seconds. Mm. And there's a big difference in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Even that's
7,
long, nigga.
8, 9, 10. That was like 7.
That's long.
It's long.
It's long.
But sometimes, also when they do that, sometimes when someone thinks about something or says something, it also gives you the time to think about it. What was said. Let's see what you're saying.
I'll be honest, I think I would hate this so much. Because on dates, I don't really talk much. And it's not because I don't have space to. It's just like I ask questions. I like learning about people. So talking about myself on dates is not exactly the most exciting thing. But the idea that like the girl's done saying something, then I say something, then there's like a 20-second or even 10 seconds.
Yes, but you also advertise when you're done. When you talk, you always say yeah, I think that's about it. You say that. Whenever you're done with your thought, I think that's the grasp of what I was trying to say. I've heard you say that shit so many times where you announce that you're done.
But I do that when we're working.
Okay, you don't do that when you...
No, because obviously we're keeping the airtime running, so I'm letting you know, like, okay, because like you might be waiting for a moment to chime in on this topic. I do that in that context.
So with girls...
But like when we with the homies, I don't like, yeah, I'm done saying. I don't do that.
No, but there's an indicator. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I've completed my train of thoughts. I'm not saying that you're gonna announce it.
Yeah,
I'm done speaking. There's indicators that you're done. So I'd be surprised. I'd be interested to see it how.
But what she said was, after they're done, I wait 20 seconds, right? And she said, and there's always more. Now, again, this is not my experience. Like when I stop talking about, I'm just done. There's not like more that I want to chime in with every time. Or I don't feel like I get a chance to. If you want to
go back to the person, you're going to say, so what about you within that 20 seconds? She said, I'm going to wait till 20 seconds. But and the more comes, from what I understand, what she's saying is the whatever comes after doesn't come after 20 seconds, but it comes within that period. Time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where if you don't have anything to say and you want her to say something about that, you're going to go naturally. If we're talking about a conversation, you're going to be like, hey, so what do you think about that?
I agree. I think what I'm trying to say is it's probably not a great thing for me personally.
No.
But I think that for a lot of people who may have a bit of, I can understand why this kind of exercise might be good.
And I think this exercise will be maybe not 20 seconds. Yeah, concur. But if we go past the 20-second thing, okay, just wait a little bit more. What she's saying is just wait a little bit more to hear more what he has to say. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But if he does, that's a good thing to open up. People in relationships sometimes they're like, you don't open up sometimes. You don't open up sometimes. Bitch, you talk all the time. And some people, what they do is that they learn to talk less and less. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Well, she's talking about her experience, of course, and she's saying, hey, maybe I was not letting the space to people to talk. And I think that is a good realization to make whenever you are talking to people.
Yeah, I agree.
Ask yourself the question, am I giving the people space? So I think she was on point with that.
Sometimes people are not even aware that this is happening because they just think they're contributing in a really good way in terms of conversation. That's just for what they're trying to do. Not realizing, there's someone across from them that hasn't really been able to voice themselves. I notice people don't actually pay attention to that. Or what they end up noticing is like, I've been talking for a long time. Has this person is like, you can't look at their face and pay attention? Like, I guess it's because I'm super sensitive. So when I'm sitting across from someone, if I say something and I even see the face twitch, I'm like, oh, you didn't like what I just said? So I'm always keenly aware, not just so like, how long I may have been not speaking or not speaking, but how the person's reacting to everything I'm saying.
This is that because the thing that happened is that people think that they're having a conversation because they're talking. Talking and having a conversation is two different things.
Sure.
When you're talking, it just means that you're talking. A conversation, the main key in a conversation is you listen. And a lot of people don't do enough of that.
Yeah.
They don't have the balance of both. They're talking and they think they have a conversation. It's a conversation that you're having. It's a monologue, not a dialogue. I've seen that happen where I thought some people that I knew were quiet. They're not quiet. They just don't have that space to talk.
Yeah.
Uncles, people in my family and stuff like that, they significant other talk all the fucking time. All the time. And sometimes I gotta be like, hey, wait, what were you saying?
But you think they're not opening up because they never have an opportunity to speak?
It's just that they understood, eventually they understand that that's the dynamic.
Okay.
And they're like, I'm not fighting to talk. It's like, it's not that important. I find like sometimes men give up talking easily. That's one of the first things that we talk about. We're like, you know what, it's not that bad. In a relationship, I've seen people just buying peace often. I've seen that in friends. I've seen that in acquaintances. I've seen that in dynamics as well. People have it. He's not quiet. He bossed down. Because when that other person is not there, god damn. When you ask the good questions and the person feels like, wait a minute, I can actually talk with that person. That person opened up so much. When I meet the parents of my friends, and at some point I'm going to be in the kitchen with the mom chilling and everything and stuff, but I'm going to be like, this dude is quiet. Let me go over there and be like, hey, so, and I ask the question, what do you do? And he understands that he has room. Sometimes it's the first time they got rooms between the wife that talks a lot and the kids. They hush up because they want the dynamics to go smoother, but they erase themselves. That happened more than you think. But that's maybe what I've been able to see. But whenever I go meet people and I talk to their parents and I take them separately, you talk to the older people, especially the man, and you give them space, you're going to hear the best stories, the best advices, the best opening of libraries that you're going to be able to understand. That's often what I have. When we were in Haiti and we was talking with, nobody was caring about the driver because that's not his place to talk. If we talk about the hierarchy of the thing, it's not his space to talk. But you, as someone that's out there, you want to be like, hey, so what's your story? What do you think about that? Why do they say this? You ask the proper question. We was mad cool with him at the end because we let him talk. We were not like the others that was like, it's just a worker. I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'll give you another 10, 15 seconds.
You can count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So that's pretty much what I was trying to...
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about this topic just yet. Probably something I'd have to think over. I also just don't think, for me, it's been my experience, so it's kind of hard for me to relate. But I don't know. I think some of these things you said might be true. So it's one of those things I just don't know.
And I'm not even trying to flame the girls that are talking. I'm just saying, like she was saying, I think she's really right when she's saying what we're doing is not a bad thing. We need talkers and people that talk. But it's good to be conscious of that. I agree with what she's saying. She's dope for that.
Yeah, I do think, here's probably a statement we can all agree on. I think generally women do feel a bit uncomfortable with silence, or they think something bad is happening. And I will also say that even from the men's perspective, if we're with a woman and it's silent pretty often, we will also think it's bad. Not because we think silence is bad, but because we're just not used to it with ladies. So it's like, oh, is everything okay? Is she not enjoying herself? Because normally I'm used to women talking a bit more. So I think I probably agree with her on that point. You felt like it's been hard for you to voice your opinion and talk to ladies?
It depends to who. If I was with a group that was majoritarily women, oh my God.
Yeah, but you have experience in that. You got some girlfriends?
Yeah, but I'm like...
Why?
Because I'm not fighting 9 other motherfuckers to talk to say my piece. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Really? Because when we were the Negroes, you be like, nigga, I got something to say.
Because they give me space.
You would sometimes snatch that space. Be like, give me that shit, nigga.
Because they will hand it to me.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, bitch, chill. Don't be taking it like that.
I'm super chill.
I'll take it.
Nah, I'll take it.
Ooh, pause.
You can take up space and people are gonna be like, what was that you're saying? That's the homies.
Okay, got you.
The girls, it's a bit more complicated.
Tell me. Well, fill me in on the details. I've never been in those kind of...
The sensitivity is different. It's very different.
I haven't been to the hair salon, so you tell me.
Oh, bitch, let me tell you. So,
Queen.
yeah, the sensitivity is very different. If I was roasting girls the way I was roasting my boys, motherfuckers were crying a whole lot more.
But isn't that just a matter of temperament not matching and not necessarily they don't give you space to talk?
No, that's a separate thing.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I acknowledge that that's a separate thing, but I'm just telling you that it's very different in the dynamic.
Sure. I agree it's different dynamic, but I meant like more in terms of talking space.
When when I get to a group of people that are not like homies like that, or sometimes I gotta even the homies like that are girls, I have to remind them like, hey, let me talk. I was saying something here. You have to reclaim that thing more often when the boys. Not that there's a discipline, but even if the boys tend to want to talk over, they still step back and give that, step back and look at myself. They step back and give that space. Where the ladies, it's just a different dynamic. It's not wrong. It's you have to learn how to navigate that. And sometimes you don't want to. You don't have the power to navigate. You don't have the strength. You don't want to. You're like, hey, you know what? It's okay. It's your turn. You got something to say? And sometimes, yes, I do, but it's with everything that is gonna come up with. Like I have to. Every time I'm gonna say something that's gonna rile them up, I'm gonna have to manage emotions and also my space. I gotta. Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
You know what? I think I just realized how maybe correct you are, and I actually don't even think it's just a thing with girls. I think it's just a thing even with guys as well. But I realize, and you can attest to this, my role in a lot of conversations is just generally like mediator. Or like making sure everybody get a chance. So I find myself a lot of times like, yo, he hasn't spoken. What were you trying to say? And I have to kind of give space for some other one who's in the part of the group like, yo, what was you trying to say? So you can get out. And you guys actually can see it too, even online, because when I did some of those debates or whatever, I ended up being the impromptu, being like, yo, he hasn't spoken yet. Let him get his shit off. So I found myself doing that. So I think that's probably why for me it was kind of hard to relate to this, because I'm able to get it for other people in terms of their talking time. But even if I'm on a date, like if I need to say something, it's never been a struggle for me to speak up and say it. So I think that's why it's always been hard for me to relate to what's being said. But now that I'm thinking about the group dynamics I've been in, and I've seen people struggle to be able to get their point across or take up some space. And I've had to like interject to be like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but he's been waiting for a hot minute. Let him get his shit off. Yeah. So yeah, it's coming back to me now.
There's that dynamic where, and the difference is, I'm not saying that with boys it doesn't happen, with girls it doesn't happen. It's just that with boys, the feelings don't get hurt as easily as with the girls.
Yeah.
So whenever you do, hey, yo, let me talk my shit. Oh, what was, okay. So you a big boy now. Like, yo, it's not what we're talking about. Chill. Yeah. We good. Yeah. It's just, so you can't really talk about, and I'm not saying all my friends like that. Don't go and say like, well, your friends are top. I'm just saying there's some people that are like that.
You okay?
I'm cool. You? I got nothing else to say.
I'm just going to wait another 15 seconds.
20. We're good.
Okay. All right, well, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. And we're going to just pause right now for a good 15. See if you guys in the comments have anything else you want to say. Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not 15. That was not even 20, dude.
I'm not doing that on dates. That's doing that on dates.
Shit. You was 5 seconds away. You almost made it.
Oh my God. If you did that on dates every time you was done, that's crazy. That's super intimate.
But you don't have to look at the motherfucker in the eyes like a.
What are you gonna look? You'll be like this.
Sometimes it's good to look at motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm just saying if it's
too intimate.
No, if it's quiet and neither of you are looking at the other, then it's even weirder.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers not trying to get intimate.
I'm just saying, yo, listen, do that exact same thing. Play that footage back, but put the Law and Order music while we're just staring. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's a lot. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Did you find this